Hello, everyone. I hope that y'all can see me and hear me because I was having a little trouble setting up. And is there any echo? Good morning, Elizabeth, Tita, Margie. How are y'all doing? Okay. Nope, you can't hear me? Let me go into settings. I cannot type. Okay, that's good because I was having so much trouble setting this up today. Okay, I'm going to try to move this down to what I'm working on. Hello, Jeannie. How are you? Just a second. I'm going to move this down. Oh, okay. See. Oops, I'm doing a granny thing. I'm getting the ceiling shot. Hold on. I gotta go to the settings and change the camera facing, which they have changed this on me, so I'm trying to figure out everything about it. Okay, maybe it's that one. Ignore my kitchen counter over there because I'm in my camper and it really doesn't have much room for the kitchen part. So it's a mess over there. I'm sorry. Okay, let's turn y'all around. Now y'all can see what I'm working on. Hopefully, only one. Okay, so this week I went to Walmart. I brought my turkey for Thanksgiving painting with me. And I was working on it and I ran out of a color and realized that I did not bring my extra drills. I love being camping. It's so relaxing, even though I have to go to work today. We were at a different park and then we came here so that we would be closer to our job and we could still camp for an extra few days. Yes, I absolutely love going camping. But the only way I can get Josh to go camping with me is whenever we take the camper. But that's okay. Hi, Sabbath. Hi, Kathy. How are y'all doing? But anyway, I know it's been a little bit since I've put out a video because we were up here this week. And normally I don't record a lot in the camper because I go outside to record and sometimes it's just full of bugs. They never want to leave me alone. So then I come up here and I'm just the type that there are very few people I can record in front of. Oh, Levi's here. I'm sorry, I didn't see you. Welcome. But on this one, I had these with me, and this is just what I used to kit this up with. These I use a lot whenever I kit up my keychains and stuff, just something. But anyway, I found these at Walmart. That's just fine, Sabbath. Thank you for stopping by. But anyway, I found these at Walmart and they were actually the Art Skills 3-panel. And I was a little bit worried about getting one of these because I ran out of my other drills. And I didn't want to open up a bunch of my painting to go to the different colors. So I went out to Walmart and they had these. And I thought, well, I'll go ahead and pick one up just so I'll have something to work on. And I have been pleasantly surprised because these, I'm having no issues at all with the print on these newer ones, like I am the other one that I'm working on. The symbols are very, very clear on it. So I'm not having any issue at all. And the only thing that I have here with me is my moonlight. I don't have my light pad, which on this, it wouldn't matter. It doesn't work for that anyway. But I am loving this. Am I missing? Let me see. I'm trying to use my tablet to see the chat. Where is it at? Okay, I was making sure that I was making sure that it didn't switch me over to top chat by accident with my tablet being what I was using. But yeah, it seems like they made a lot of improvement to it. So what did I do? I went back and got another one. Even though if you happen to buy the beach sunset one in particular, I would order it off of Michael's because it's like $15 compared to the $29 that's at Walmart right now. Of course, the other one that I got, the gnomes, I could not find that one on Michael's website, so I went ahead and bought it there. I thought that they were so cute. In fact, I think the thumbnail showed up that I put on here showed a picture of this one from where I got it from Walmart. I'm really enjoying this one. I'm very surprised. Hold on a second. Let me get something real quick. I bumped the table. I'm sorry. Okay. So I've done this one already. And I think that it is looking really, really good so far. That doesn't look very good in the camera, but see if I can tilt it up a little bit. Nope. But it actually looks really good in my opinion so far. I've completed one. And this has just been since I've been camping. And then I have my other one that I'm working on. But yeah, these are looking, I'm loving this one. Look, I even put some of the orange wax from Miss Bill's paintings that she sent me on one of the paintings. I've even put some of the orange wax in my pen. But for those of y'all who haven't seen that video, isn't this just an adorable little glasses case? Right now I've got my glasses on my head, but it has I've got my other pen in here right now, but I can keep my reading glasses or my regular glasses, whatever, in this. I love this little case. Absolutely love that. But let me get started on this real quick. Pick a color so that we can work on it. And my glasses are dirty. I actually just got these the other day. I was there 2 days before that and they weren't up. So the Walmarts that I go to don't have too many of the art dot paintings, but in 2 of them I've seen these paintings, the 3 panels. So I'm wondering if it's something that they are getting ready for Christmas, that they're going to be putting in more of the stores. I hope so. Because there's still one more that I want to get. I want to get the butterfly one. I really liked that one as well. They've got a fox one also that's really cute. Yes, I got the gnome one. That's the other one that I got, and I'll be unboxing it once I get home, I hope. And then I went and I looked online for Michael's at the store near me and looked at the stuff that they had in stock, and they actually had the Christmas ones. So I put in an order for Michael's online and got, I think, 6 paintings off of there. There went my no-buy. Hi, Laura. How are you? Yes, Kathy, I loved those. That was such a good box from her. She is such a sweet person, and her little gift boxes, I love watching anybody who opens those because she puts in some unique stuff. I love those coins, but I've got to find out where they're from. Okay, let's see. The star is the one that I'm going to do. Yeah, mine too. I spent way too much money this week. I'd planned on spending a little bit because of Josh's birthday. But then I went to Walmart and they had that. Hi, Grams. How are you? So happy to see you here. But yeah, I was afraid that this trip this time was not going to happen because Monday, before I went to work, I hadn't been feeling great. Plus, I've got another little video that'll kind of explain this. It's kind of another on the go one. But I haven't put the whip and chat part of it with it. But anyway, last Monday, before I went to work, I decided to go into the doctor because I had a rash on that was like under my arm, and then I started having tingly, like almost like it was numb waking up from it. And that really scared me. So I went ahead and went into the doctor, and it turns out that it was shingles. Hi, Jackie B. How are you? Welcome. So glad you could stop by. And it turns out that I actually had shingles, and she said that prickly sensation even once the rash goes away, which it has now. But that prickly sensation could stick around for months. So it's gotten a little bit better, but it's still kind of prickly and stuff. And it's more, for me right now, it was painful, but now it seems like it's more annoying. So hopefully it'll go away soon. But yeah, it was on my left arm and it was really scaring me because I had no clue what it was. But she just told me I was fine going places, just keep it covered, which is fine. But yeah, so I got some more medicine that she gave me. One of them was yes, it was, and I've still got the pringly feelings. I've heard that stress can cause it, and here lately with my mom and everything, I have been having a lot of stress with her, so yes, I am on the antiviral. I got like 2 days left of it, I think. But she prescribed that, and she prescribed a pain medicine to that I could take up to 3 a day, but if I got up to taking that many a day, once I quit taking it, I would have to slowly wean myself off of it, and I'm stubborn and I don't like the way it makes me feel, so I took it for a few days, but I have not been taking any more of it, but I don't really think that I need it. Yes, you definitely don't want them. What? I was doing the stars. But yeah, this one has really clear. These are so clear. The only issue I have with this painting is on the key, which is over there somewhere. Yeah, that is when mine starts bothering me the most, is whenever I go to bed. During the day, I think I stay busy enough that it's not so bad. But as soon as I lay down to go to bed is whenever it starts bothering me. Hi, Clint. How are you? Welcome. So glad you stopped by. But yeah, it hasn't been as terrible as I've heard other people say that it has been for them, but I'm so glad it didn't hinder this little camping trip because I think that I really, really needed this camping trip. But I am so enjoying it. And since I've been camping, I've seen 2 deer, and wouldn't it be my luck that the 2 times that I've seen both of the deer in places that you normally don't see them in the campground, that I was not wearing my glasses to get a recording of it. But I've really enjoyed this. I'll have a sort of a little video with little clips of some of the stuff with us camping. It won't be a whole lot, but I've got to put a WIP and chat with it too. And I'm hoping not to, but I'm hoping that the antiviral helps. And seeing as how it hasn't gotten as bad as some people's, I think that it might have. But we will see. I'm hoping. Hi, Julie. How are you? I'm glad to see you here this morning. Did you ever receive that envelope yet? If not, it should be here soon. It should be there soon. Yes, I had never eaten at an In-N-Out burger until, what was it, like 4 years ago. And they had one in Texas. We used to go up to WinStar Casino about twice a year, and in, I believe it's Denton, Texas, they had an In-N-Out burger. Well, it was one of Josh's favorite places from California. So every time that we would go to WinStar Casino, we would make a trip up there. I have not. I have not tried that. Maybe if I get to go back. We haven't been back in about a year. But anyway, we would go there, and then we would go up to where the Craftably store was. Now, of course, it's closed down now, but I was lucky enough to get to go to the Craftably store like 2 or 3 times before it closed down. Okay, I missed part of that. Yeah, we would stop there and go to In-N-Out Burger. Every time that we would go to WinStar Casino, we would take one day and we would go up there and we would go to the Craftably store. Hello, Shells. How are you? Welcome. But it was so much fun. And most of the time, whenever we went up there, we would get like $50 free play for the weekend. And we would end up being able to spend only what we would play on the free play, maybe win a little bit, and then we would take that, and that's what we would use the weekend spending to play in the games and stuff. It was great. But we haven't done that in a while. Things happen. In fact, we were planning, there was a campground that was close to there. We were planning on taking the camper up there last time, but we never did. Man. But so that was the start of my week this week, but it's turned out a lot better since then. Last night at Walmart, we went in there, and Josh doesn't like taking his big griddle from the house, which he cooks breakfast on it quite often for us. but he doesn't like taking that camping with us. Well, we were in the camping section. We found a little butane camp stove burner and it had the griddle with it. So we went ahead and got that. I hope you find some wonderful bargains, Tita. Thank you so much for stopping by. So maybe we might try it out tomorrow. Normally, I do the inside cooking, and he does all the outside cooking, like grilling. I love his chicken tenders. Whenever we have chicken tenders at the house, they are so good. But anyway, we might try it out. And if it's easy enough, whenever I go camping by myself, I might take it with me to make fixing like bacon and eggs or sausage and eggs or something like that a little bit easier. But it's possible, though, you might hear a train go by. The trains at this campground are pretty loud, but I've gotten so used to them whenever we come here, it doesn't bother me. But there was some other stuff I was going to tell y'all about, and I have completely forgotten what it was. It seems like that always happens. But I'm hoping that I can get this. I'm hoping that I don't catch up to you, Julie, on my whips, because I started this one because I forgot my drills to turkey for Thanksgiving. I forgot my spare drills. Okay, let's see. Oh no. I couldn't tell if that was from down on the water or if that was something, a vehicle going down the road. But, um, what was the other thing I was going to tell you about? I completely forgot. Oh, did y'all see that cute? Whenever I got Miss Bell's package and I saw those three little chicks on the beach, that made me smile so much. It was so adorable. I absolutely loved that one. And I cannot wait to start that painting. But it was so adorable. That was just the highlight of my day. And whenever that package actually came in the day that we left to go camping, but I waited for the mail to come. That's fine, Shells. Thank you so much for stopping by. But anyway, I had waited for the mail to come that day. It came. I didn't get a package, even though it told me I was supposed to. I was like, okay, maybe something happened and it didn't get on the truck or something. Well, 2 hours later, I get the notification that it was delivered. And I had my son to go outside and check on the porch, and sure enough, it was there. Apparently, the mail lady had delivered the mail and then came back around to deliver the package. So he had to take it in. And I was supposed to take my car back to the house for my daughter and to charge it. So I was going to do that and pick up the package. Well, turns out that I didn't have to take her the car. And so I still went down there and picked up the package. But I have had so much fun this week just being able to relax and diamond paint. And today would be a good day to diamond paint outside. It looks like it's kind of cloudy, but not too bad. But I would have to take all my stuff in before I went to work. So the good thing is I'm only about 15 minutes away from work where I'm at. So that's not bad at all. And I get to stay here till Wednesday. So Tuesday I'll have all day to do whatever I want to do. And I'll have the camper to myself Tuesday because Josh will be at work. So I cannot wait for that. I'll be able to record videos, or who knows, I may even go live at some point during the day. I won't do it whenever Granny goes live. That's her time. But who knows? We might try to do a live then. Today's got hastily set up, so I don't think that it'll have the light. Whenever it does the replay, I don't think it'll have the chat on the side. I try to go in there and click that so that it eventually puts all that, but I couldn't even get into my phone to get to the live today so that I could do that, to set everything up. I'll have to go back and do it afterwards. But if you do it afterwards, it won't put the chat to the side then. I wish that I knew if there was a way to just do it to where it automatically did it every time. Same settings every time. But it has been so much fun today. I actually had... I was looking for my cereal that I'd bought so I could eat breakfast before I started the live. And I couldn't find it. And that's what happens whenever you move camp really quick. I hope so. I love being outside diamond painting. But I could not find my cereal because I just bought one of those little bowls of cereal because I'm the only one that eats it. And I couldn't find it, so I ended up, of all things I had here, I didn't have time to cook eggs or anything. So I had one of those chocolate ice cream cones. So I had breakfast, or I had dessert for my breakfast. Of course, Shells, that would be the way that it always turns out. Of course, I wouldn't be getting on the plane in the first place for me. But I'm happy that they're returning. I know whenever Lexi came down for a few weeks, it was like I hadn't got to see her in months. And even though we talk on the phone and stuff, and she she only lives Probably an hour and 15, hour and 20 minutes away. It's just sometimes it's hard to make that trip all the time, and they live out in the middle of nowhere. I am very much the same way. How are you, Giz? Welcome. So happy you could stop by. But yeah, it's me and planes do not get along. I'm not ever going on a plane. One of these days, I want to go on a train, but not getting on a plane. You just woke up from a 2-hour nap? That sounds great. It was like, when was it? It was yesterday. I decided that I was going to take a nap. And because I hadn't really gotten a whole lot of sleep the night before, decided that I was going to take a nap, and that's when my phone decided to ring off the hook. My son called. I got like 3 spam calls. I was like, why? Whenever I lay down to take a nap, is this happening? But it seemed like I was not able to get my nap in, so I finally just went ahead and got up. And it was raining. I love sleeping in the camper whenever it's raining. And I could not take my nap. Of course, it didn't rain for very long. It was only like a 30-minute rain, but and that is exactly what happened. I got up, but the plus side is I got to finish that other panel of my diamond painting. Yeah, whenever I go camping, I get a lot more diamond painting done. And I had planned on getting at least to the halfway point on my turkey for Thanksgiving. But whenever you forget your extra drills, that kind of puts a damper on it. Well, congratulations. I wish you well wishes with the baby. I remember that. With my youngest son. And out of all my kids, he was the largest baby. But during the last month of my pregnancy with him, I could not sleep for nothing. It was so hard to sleep with him. So I completely understand that. Did I get all the stars? I think I did. At least for that little section. We're going to switch colors anyway. I think I'm going to do the elms. One thing I have figured out with these Diamond Art Club trays, I think they work better with the square drills than the round drills for some reason. I don't know why. They just seem to work better with square drills. But it could just be me. I was using the little tray that came with the Michaels one, this little orange tray. But these walls of this are way too short. Let's see. Let's do the M's. But look, this right in here on this diamond painting, that is all. Those right in the center here mainly are all rhinestone drills. It looks so pretty. But I cannot wait to start on my little gnome one. And I can't wait to start on that little those 3 chickens on the beach. I really can't wait to start on that one. Hello, Majestic. How are you? Welcome. So glad to see you. So happy that you're here. Has your day been going pretty good so far? What time is it? It's already 9:43. Our lives just go by so quick. It seems like it's only like 10 or 15 minutes just spending time with friends here. I get to chat with all of y'all. I will have to go and check that out. I'm pretty sure I subscribed to your channel the other day, but I will definitely go and check that out. Oh, so much fun with the jumping beans. Yeah, I was watching Dooley's Crochet and Crafts the other day. I think Julia. I think that's her name. Anyway, she was talking about you could use permanent markers on the tops of these containers and stuff, and then use alcohol wipes to whenever you were done to mark them off, to take them off. I did not know that. I love the fact that I don't have to have the labels and stuff on these. Yeah, I did not realize that. I must have missed that on one of your lives, Granny. Hi, Lexi. How are you? I didn't even see you pop in. But I'm working on a 3-panel that I got from Walmart. Are the boys being good for you since you got back? I would love to have something like that. I would love to have some kind of little get together to craft with, but I wouldn't know the first thing about getting it started. I know. Hold on a second. Me and Deb were there yesterday, day before. Hold on just a second. I don't know if I'll sorry about the shaking. Come on. Of course, now. Oops, wrong way. Hold on. We're going to turn you around a minute. You get to look at my messy kitchen for a second. I'm not sure I like this new thing here. Okay. Hey, at least I didn't get a ceiling shot that time. Is this the one that you were talking about, Lexi? But yeah, I got picked that one up yesterday or the day before. Okay, we're gonna go back down. Oops, I got it. Okay, Granny, you won. I have another ceiling shot. Let me change this to the back. Okay. You can tell that this is not my normal setup on here. Okay. Thank you so much for stopping by. Have fun at your family gathering. Love you too, Lexi. We'll see you later. So this little half moon light works pretty well for on the go as a tripod. I think I took this other piece that I added to it off of an actual tripod, but it fits just fine. That way I can move the camera around. It is actually working pretty good. What? We still have about 10 minutes left. What color was I working on? Elm. That's what color I was working on. I love that one. I love the cute little gnomes. I love the big eyed girl paintings and stuff. That's something that I really, really like. I want to get the butterflies, and I thought about the fox one, but I've got other ones with foxes in it, so I figure I might want to get some of those done first. But yeah, I absolutely love the snow one. That's the one that I went back to get after I got this one and started working on it because I was leery after my other 3 panels with I've only started working on one, but the symbols were really hard to read. So I was not going to buy any more of them, but that was the only diamond paintings that the Walmart up there had, and I wanted something to work on. I did not want to go through diamond painting withdrawals while I was camping. I know some people may not think that's a thing, but it's very much a thing for me. So I went ahead and got it and I started working on it, and it was so Look, I skipped a whole little section right here. I've got some A's and K's that I missed. It is definitely a thing for me because I take diamond painting everywhere with me. And I was trying to be good. And I should know whenever I'm that close to a Michael's or a Hobby Lobby that just is not going to happen. I'm not going to be good. Yes, I can't even go a day without diamond painting. I would go into withdrawals big time. I guess there could be worse things to be addicted to. There are much worse things, but although I don't know, my husband might disagree. The money that I spend on diamond paintings could be used somewhere else. Very, very true. I have to have my coffee too. And that's why I have a Keurig for specifically for the camper. And every year around Christmas, they go on sale. That weekend of Black Friday, they normally have Keurigs on sale for like $25 or $35. I normally pick up at least 2 of them. That way, if I happen to have one that goes out sometime during the year, I'll have an extra one to put to replace it. It's like last year, the one in the camper, and this was completely my fault. Completely my fault. We stored the camper for the winter. We did all the winterizing stuff that we have to do to it so that it doesn't get busted pipes and stuff. But what was the one thing that I didn't do? I did not empty the water out of the Keurig from the last time that we used it for some reason, because I always empty it. As soon as it's the last day, I completely empty it, clean out the holder for the water, everything. And that particular time we went camping, the last time, I did not do that. So whenever we got a hard freeze, I came in here the next time that we went into the camper, and that whole container was busted. But I had my extra one. So I didn't have to go without coffee while I was camping, but I've never. Oh, that was one thing I wanted. Okay, I don't know how. I like fixing pot roasts and stuff whenever we are camping. Just something easy one night. Well, I always fix the pork pot roast. And this time I went to Walmart. They didn't have a pork one with the vegetables and stuff, the kits. So I went ahead and got a beef one, which I knew better. But I went ahead and got a beef one to fix. I don't know what it is, but I cannot fix a beef pot roast at all. I don't know what. They always turn out tough. or dry, and I've tried reducing the time. I put it on low, and I think this one I only cooked for 5.5 hours. It was done, but it was overdone. How do you... Is that thunder? It's actually thundering. How do you get a beef pot roast to be tender whenever you cook them? Because I know it can be done. My grandma used to make them all the time tender. But I just can't seem to make a beef pot roast tender. I might have to try that. I have a Instapot, and I feel bad to say that I have never used it. Not once. Somebody gave it to me. I can't remember, they were moving or something, and they gave it to me, and I've had every intention of trying it out, and I've never used it. But I'll have to keep that in mind. Maybe I can put it in the camper and keep it in here for whenever it's just me and Josh. See, we got the M's done. What time is it? This hour has flown by. So, unfortunately, I've got to go and finish getting ready for work. I really do appreciate everybody stopping by. Thank you so much for coming in. I have really, really enjoyed this today. Let's see. I'm spilling drills. But anyway, take care, everyone. I will see y'all in the next video. I've had so much fun today. Thank you so much for stopping by. Come on. If I can get all of these drills out of this. And Granny, I hope the static gets better in that Mona Lisa. But I might see y'all Tuesday. If I can pull it off, I might do a pop-up live sometime during the day. Anyway, thanks everyone. I'll see you next week. Bye. I'm trying to hit the end button on the wrong one. Let's see.